St. George Dragons. Welcome back to the Barry Charles Footy Show. St. George Illawarra Dragons. How are they going to go in 2023? Are they going to be the big improvers? Or will they be cellar dwellers in 2023? They continue to start well, the Dragons. They seem to always find a way to start well. But I think there's a fracture in the club, and I think Anthony Griffin, there's a chance of being one of the first sacked in 2023 if the results don't happen. And that will be a chance for the great Dean Young to make his return after missing out on the role, but I think they will decide to pick him if Anthony Griffin is not their man. So what can Anthony Griffin do to save himself? Well, we'll talk about the best 17, which is probably going to be totally different to what the team is going to be. But to me, I think they need to put some more razzle-dazzle in the team, and they've got the players to do it. So first of all, let's have a look at some losses for the Dragons in 2023. Well, when I look at this list of the 2023, they've lost a lot of consistent footballers in their squad here. No stars, but a lot of consistent footies. You got Daniel Alvaro, doesn't let you down. George Burgess doesn't let you down. Fa'auma, when he gets game time, he gives you good footy as well. Jackson Ford is a solid player. Jack Gowiski's a good player as well. Andrew McCullough, obviously a good young signing. I mean, unfortunately, he's over the hill now, but they lose a lot of experience there. Same with Josh Maguire and Tarek Sims. A lot of experience lost there for the Dragons. I think that was forgotten about, that they had a lot of experience going into 2022. But 2023 is not so strong, the experience side. So they could be a bit of a loss for them. But they've still got some experienced players. So for me, what are we going to do? There's not many games. Jacob Little, Michael Molo, Sam Musgrave, and that's about it. So really, it's not the greatest of signings for the Dragons, and that is a concern. But obviously a lot of money in Ben Hunt. I'm relying on Ben Hunt. So, fullback. I think everyone knows who fullback should be, Tyrell Sloan. But he spat the dummy a few times, so I'm not sure if he will get this role. But to me, I think he should just play there and just let him play, which puts Rawala on one ring. And for me, you can either go for one of the brothers, Max Figai or Matthew Figai, and you make up your mind there. And centre pairing of Zach Lamas and Moses Sully, they pretty much picked themselves there. For me, this is where probably all the big shockers for people out here, because Ben Hunt's not on my 6 or 7. To me, Amone and Jaden Sullivan. Let them run the team. Let them rock and roll. Amone's got enough experience now for me to say, yes, let Jaden Sullivan run the team. Say it's your team for the next 10 years. And let Ben Hunt control from number 9 like Cameron Smith did. I think that's what they need to do. I think Ben Hunt's better at hooker. And I think they just got to bite the bullet and do it. And don't tell Ben Hunt you're halfback, you're playing hooker. Forward pack of Aaron Woods plays with Jack DeBellin, both of them starting props for mine. You just put the experience out there. Jaden Sewer, he'll do a job for you. Jack Bird, if he can really get himself back into form. And the one that people are going, what the hell? Why is he not even coming back to footy? Well and truly, Cody Ramsey for me will play for your team. He needs someone who's going to have an offload in the game, pass the ball, and I think he'll suit that role, and he'll defend well. I think Cody Ramsey could be your for your team. Bench, well, Moses and by pretty much is the perfect 14, really. Plays any position, pretty much. And just picks himself there for 14. The Francis Molo and Michael Molo. And Blake Larry. So that's the biggest query I have with the Dragons. They've got a lot of props. Too many props in the squad. People say, well, that might not be a bad thing. If there's injuries in there, that's not a bad thing. But very much question. The lack of depth in the squad as well. Very lack of depth and a lot of youth. So they might start off right and might put her out. They're probably better than what I think, the Dragons. I'm going to say top 10. But they're more likely to miss the 8 for mine. But I could see them getting the wooden spoon too. But just looking at some of that experience, they're probably not going to play that bad enough to get the wooden spoon. But but even that, I don't think it's going to save Anthony Griffin from the sack for Dean Young. I think that's just a fait accompli. I think that's pretty much going to happen in terms of that. But what can the Dragons play like? Now, what can the Dragons do to really get themselves playing good enough footy? And to me, it's around Ben Hunt just running out of dummy half, passing the ball, controlling the game. I think that's what he needs to do, and let the Sloans and the Sullivans use their own initiative, their own unique skills to get them around the park. I think they need to play a more expansive type of footy. I think that's what the squad is needing, and I think that with Anthony Griffin there, that really is costing them from playing expansive footy. They have probably the ability to play what Penrith do, or Warriors back in the day. They had some of the players around to do that. When you include Aaron Woods and Jack DeBellin who can offload, or the Bulldogs, when the Cassianos and they were around, Willie Masons, who can do that offload, Sonny Bill. So to me, that's something you just need to look at when you're with the Dragons. They could be a surprise packet for the top 8. They really could. I don't think they will, but it wouldn't surprise me. I still think Anthony Griffin will get sacked even if they come 8th. I think they are expecting higher. He would probably have to come top 6 and make it past the first round to save his position. I think anything else he will be sacked. Sorry to say that, Anthony Griffin, but that's just the way I see the cookie crumbling here at the Dragons. What else can we talk about with the Dragons? Will they pick Sloan? That's the question. Will they pick Sloan, or will they stick with Ramsey? Or come up with some other idea? Ben Hunt at 7, then who plays 9? There's a lot of issues around this team. Jack DeBellin, after all he's gone through, can he really bounce back into State of Origin arena? Because he's a very good player, Jack DeBellin, will be at his best. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get him back to his best. The Dragons, for me, are going to have to be fully fit if they want to make the top 8. And to me, I think it's going to be one of those years that they could surprise, but I think at the end of the day, they're probably just going to start off well and then run out of puff at the end of the season. But if they pick these young guns, you never know, they could just blow you out of the park and make the preliminary final. It's one of those teams, the Dragons, when I look at them on paper, if they click and play the way I think they can play, they could really trouble a lot of sides here. But again, they're very similar. They lose a couple of injuries. They haven't got the backups. And they're probably just missing a little bit of star power. But if these young guns deliver, there's your star power. So that's going to be where you need to look at for Dragons in 2023. Thank you for watching the video here, Barry Charles Footy Show. Remember to subscribe, smash the like button, so rugby league can spread around the world. And until next time, we'll see you again here at the Barry Charles Footy Show. Have a good day.